Hey everyone, happy Sunday! Yeah, it's Sunday, right? Eugene Fedorowski coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York. I hope you guys had an amazing week. I hope that you had an amazing weekend. I hope that you sat down to write out those goals for this coming week. And this week is supposed to be special. We're celebrating 2018 being over with. Hey Kelly, happy Sunday. And welcoming 2019 and working on those goals that for the year to make 2019 the best year ever. Hey John, happy Sunday. Nice to see you on. So, have you ever thought or have been told or heard from somebody else that network marketing is a scam? And if so, how true is that statement? Let's talk about it. So this idea came to me earlier today while I was walking my dog. And that it stems from few conversations that I've had here and there over the year. And I have heard this year people say, oh, is that network marketing? Or, it doesn't work. My cousin's brother's friend tried it, it didn't work. Well, here's the truth. The truth is, anything in life, if you just try it, if you just dip your toe in the water, will not work. So let's say you wanted to take up bracelets, making bracelets and selling them on Etsy to show your creative side. You invest the money and you start doing them. But then you do them today and tomorrow you decide, you know what, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing them today. And then next day is Tuesday. You're like, I'll do them tomorrow. And then tomorrow you work at them, you spend an hour, and then the next few days you don't work on it, and then you come back again. And so you're constantly hot and cold. And it doesn't have to be bracelets. The reason why I said it is because I'm looking at the desk that my wife and I sit at, and I see that she was working on some bracelets earlier. So that's why it came to my mind. Think about, hey Angelo, happy Sunday, buddy. Think about, hey Connie, happy Sunday. Think about Pee-wee football. Does it work? Is it a scam? Let's break it down a little. We all know somebody who played Pee-wee, and then they probably went on to paid all this money for the membership, for the pads, or I was going to say tools, the pads, the protective gear, whatever. Then they may have went to high school, played football there, may have went to college to play football there, and then they never made it to the pros. Does that mean that it's a scam? Does that mean that Little League Baseball is a scam? What's the percentage of the people that makes it from, hey Bridget, happy Sunday? What's the percentage of the people that makes it from Little League to Major League Baseball? And not even Major League Baseball. Let's talk about the AAA or whatever the name of the farm stuff that people go into and then they move on to Major League Baseball. It's a small percentage. But yet you don't hear people walking around and saying, hey, my brother's cousin's sister's boyfriend tried Pee-wee football and he never made it into the NFL. It's a scam. So why is it okay for people to say, my cousin's brother's girlfriend tried network marketing and it doesn't work, it's a scam? So for those people who've ever heard that or who think that or who don't know anything about network marketing, let me teach you just a little thing. It's the lowest risk, lowest overhead way. Hey Carrie, thanks for joining. Happy Sunday. It's the lowest risk, lowest overhead for an average person to have their own business. That's what it is. So can somebody start it and then be like, oh, I'll do it today, and then don't do it for another week or so, and do it again later and later. Hey Robin, happy Sunday. Is it gonna work? It might if they do it long enough, if they have the right expectations. But if the expectation of a person is to make $5,000 working half an hour a week, you gotta move some expectations around. It is the lowest risk, lowest overhead for an average person to start their own business. Absolutely, hands down. But just like everything else in life, it requires work. So when people say, oh, it's a scam, I know a person who it didn't work for, ask yourself the question, or ask that person the question. Did they work at it? Or did they just expect to sign a piece of paper, call 5 people, and then become a millionaire overnight? The only place you can become a millionaire overnight is the lottery. And that's debatable, because chances are you've been playing the lottery for years and years and years before you get the ticket. Digressing here. So, exactly, did they work for it? That's a very good question to ask, because I'm pretty sure that we all know by now somebody who was in one network marketing company, it didn't work for them. Well, what part of it didn't work? Did they not work? Lottery scam, exactly, Connie. The odds of winning the lottery, I think they're so small that I think you have a higher chance of being struck by lightning twice than winning the lottery. People still play it. It's like a Ponzi scheme. You put in money, and that money is given to somebody else. Sounds like our banking system too. Ponzi scheme. It's a scam. Did you know by law, the bank that you're banking with is allowed to loan your money to 10 people. So if you have $1,000 in your bank account, by law, they're allowed to loan $1,000 to 10 people. That's money they don't have. That is a freaking Ponzi scheme. But you don't hear people running around. Holy moly, 3 times struck by lightning? My God, that's worse than I thought. So you don't hear people running around saying, ooh, the banking system is a scam. But it is, kind of. So why is it okay here? Because in the previous years, in the 70s, in the 80s, possibly even in the 90s, hype was the thing. People thought that if they tell others that they can make thousands and thousands and thousands and millions and hundreds of thousands and whatever crazy amounts of money that they can make, it would look like a legitimate profession. People would get inspired by it, and they would join, and they would run. But what ends up happening? You end up setting the wrong expectations. If you're talking to someone who's never made $10,000 a month, and you're telling them, hey, you can make $50,000 a month, which you can. There's no ceiling here. This is one of those professions where there is no ceiling. You can make literally as much money as you want. Holden Buggs made $1 million a month. A freaking $1 million. It's a crazy amount. Never share that with anybody who's not in network marketing. Ever. Because you telling somebody they can make $10,000 a month is the same as you telling them $1 million a month. They don't comprehend it. If somebody's never made $10,000 a month, I'll tell you more. If somebody has in a traditional business, chances are they've had to work their ass for it. 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, working in their business to make $10,000 a month. Hey Sheila, happy Sunday. And then they turn around and then they think, oh, I can make good money here, great. I'll work an hour a day, if that, and then I expect to make $10,000 by the end of the month. That shit don't work. Understand that. And it's on us to set the right expectations. When I'm speaking with a new business partner, I will always sit down and ask them the question, what are your expectations? How many hours a day do you have to put into this business? Or how many hours per week? How much money do you want to earn? And in what period of time? And then we adjust things from there. If they tell me they want to make $10,000 their first month, okay, it's possible. It's not likely, but it's possible. The second question is, how much time do you have to spend? And they'll say, I can spend 5 hours a day. Okay, 5 hours a day, that's a pretty good amount of time, but it has to be 5 hours of profit-producing activities. And in a month, they want to make $10,000? It's possible if they have 5 hours a day. If they have 10 hours a day, if they have 12 hours a day. But if they're going to tell me they have 30 minutes a day to spend, that's what, 3.5 hours a week? And by the end of the month, they want to make $10,000? That's not realistic. So something has to be changed. Either the amount of money, amount of time, or the length of time. Hey, you want to spend 30 minutes a day? No problem. No problem at all. You're more than welcome to. This is your business, your time, you spend as much time as it takes. But don't have an expectation that you're going to make $10,000 a month by the end of the month. It might take you 6 months, it might take you a year, it might take you 2 years. Who knows how long it's going to take you? So set the right expectations. This is not a scam. This is not a get rich quick thing. It's on us to tell people what our profession is. The reason why people think that the reason why people don't think about the banking industry as a scam is because they don't know any better. What their experience is, hey Mindy, happy Sunday. I missed somebody's messages. Yes, exactly, Sheila. Knowing someone's expectations is going to make all the difference. Exactly. The most weird thing that I've experienced, well, I've experienced a lot of weird things, but one of the weird things is talking to somebody, they're like, this is not a scam, right? No, it's definitely not. You put in the work and you earn the money based on the amount of work you put in. And then they join, and then they expect the money to start flowing from the sky for doing minimal amount of work. And it's like, hold on. So you just asked me if this was a scam. I told you it's not. It requires work, which you don't put in, and then you think you should get paid for it? And if you don't, then you're going to run around and tell other people, I've tried network marketing, it doesn't work. That's not being fair. Now, I know that there's some kind of statistic. Hey, Kirk, happy Sunday. I know there's some kind of a statistic being thrown around, something like 97% of the people fail in network marketing. Well, have you ever looked at a statistic of how many people have a real estate license but never sold a house? Or how many people went to school to be a lawyer and never became a successful lawyer? Or a doctor? Or anything in the world for that matter. Everything has this similar levels. You gotta work hard. There's just different levels of working hard. The beauty of network marketing, you don't have to go to school for 8 years, 10 years, 12 years. You don't have to have a master's degree, a bachelor's degree, a triple diamond backflip, whatever. Yes, Robin, great point. The work we do today, we may not get paid for 1, 2, 5, 6 months, maybe a year. Look at doctors. Great profession. Nothing against doctors whatsoever. They're absolutely important. But think about it this way. Good point, John. Good point. Look at what they have to go through. I don't know how many years of school a doctor has to go through now. I think it's like 12 or something. But while they're going through school, they're paying the loan. They're taking all this money out to pay for the school. They're not getting paid a lot. And at some point they have that thing where I forget the name. Like you're like a doctor, but you're not a doctor, like a nurse or something. No, not a nurse. One of you, help me, help you, help me, help you. No. So basically, they work crazy hours. Residency. Thank you, John. John to the rescue. Thank you. They do residency where they work crazy hours. It's like 80, 90, 100 hours. And they get paid this. And they're okay with that. They're okay with getting paid this for what? 5, 6, 7, 8 years, however long it takes, until they become a doctor. Then they get paid this. Because they just started. You know, if you're going to be a heart surgeon, you got to start somewhere. And then they become more successful, more successful, more successful, more successful. By the year 25 years into their doctor experience, they're finally successful. While they were 25 years and working to be a doctor, how many people dropped off and didn't put in all the hard work it takes to become a doctor or lawyer or fill in the blank, any profession? How many people? It's the same everywhere. A high amount of people will never put in the work. And that's okay. That's the thing about culture. I made a video, I think, a month ago or so. The Thompson rule, as we call it. The 80, the 15, and the 5. 80% of the people will have a very minimal amount of desire. And that works in regular jobs and corporations too. You're going to have people, Ray Higdon shared that when he was at his last job, I think it was his last job, there were 50 people in his department. 48 of them were satisfied where they were. They didn't want to work hard. They didn't want to advance. Him and another person were busting their ass to make it up in their ranks, to rank advance, to make it up the corporate ladder. They worked hard, they came early, they left late, they worked hard at their job. 48 of the people did not. So that's what? 2 out of 50, 4%? Statistics, 80, 15, and the 5. They were the 5%ers who wanted big results, and they busted their ass for it. I feel you, Mindy. I feel you on that. School loans, hey, it's a necessary evil sometimes. Also a scam, kind of. I'm not really bashing the education system, and I am at the same time. It's weird. I have a love-hate relationship with it. So, not important. So, look at the things outside of network marketing. And don't get bent out of shape if somebody says, oh, I heard network marketing is a scam. You can use the feel, felt, found approach. Hey, I understand what you mean. As a matter of fact, I felt the same way. Before I joined network marketing, I've heard of other people not succeeding. But what I found out was that the only time when people think it's a scam is because they're not willing to put in the work just like everywhere else. So in this case, network marketing is not any different. It's the lowest risk, lowest overhead way for an average person to create extra income. $200 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $25 a week, who knows? It's whatever their level of desire is. So, and this is a new concept for me, the whole 80, 15, and the 5. I've always been the kind of person who thinks, how can somebody not see the opportunity in this? How can somebody not want to make extra money? How can somebody this? How can somebody that? 80%. That receptionist that's working in the office, she might be satisfied by being a receptionist. She may not have the desire to be a CEO. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Love people where they are. I hear all the time people saying, well, how do I get my people to produce? Well, why do you have to have them produce? Maybe John, who's been on your products for 5 years and loves them, is okay with just being on your products for 5 years. And you telling John, hey John, when are you going to start sponsoring people? When are you going to share this opportunity with them? Don't you love the products? Don't you want others to be healthy? If you're going to tell that to your people, you're going to scare them off. And they're going to feel weird being in your tribe. They're going to be like, oh, Eugene says that I need to sell products, but I like them. I don't know how to sell them. I don't want to sell them. I guess it's not for me because Eugene's team only sells products. Think about it that way. Hey Danielle, happy Sunday. Look at what Robin shared. She dropped 200,000 plus into a business in 2016 with nothing to show for it. Exactly, lowest, very high risk. I know of a person who opened a pizzeria in Las Vegas. The brick oven was $80,000. That's not counting the awning, the napkins, the plates, the actual furniture, the oldest overhead that a traditional business brings. Domino's. At some point, when you open a franchise, I don't know what it is now, but they said that it will take you up to 10 years to get into profit, I believe. I might be wrong, but I think it was 10 years to get into profit. Into profit, not a return on your investment. Profit. Here, you have people coming in. I've worked hard in the past month. I don't have a check to show for it. A month! A freaking month! Go open a pizzeria. See how long you're going to be in business for with that kind of expectations. So again, I'm going to circle this to this probably the third time over this live. Set the right expectations. If you're the kind of person who thinks network marketing is a scam, I urge you to look at how many successful people are in the profession. The people who really decided to work for it. Every person that decides that they want to work at it becomes successful. You either quit or you succeed. That's it. There's no other options. The only people who fail in this business quit because they don't see it in themselves that they can succeed. And that's another thing about our society, that it doesn't instill people to aim high. Okay, Mindy, for some reason Facebook isn't showing me your whole message. I'll definitely look back later. Exactly. Thank you, Sheila. A lot of people work for corporate America. The 40-40, what is it? 40-40-40 plan. 40 hours a week for 40 years. I feel like I'm missing something. So the plan used to be, you work somewhere 40 years and you get to retire. But the problem is that your retirement is so measly that you can't afford to retire and you have to keep working. That's not a scam at all. No, that's not a scam. It's okay because we're taught in school that you go to school 8 to 3, 8 to 4, 8 to 5. You're primed for that kind of lifestyle. Then you go to college. Yeah, you go to high school. Then you go to college. Follow the same exact schedule. And then, essentially, then you get into the real world and, hey, I've been going 8 to 5. My day has been 8 to 5 for the last, 20 years. I'm used to it. Why not? Let's get a job. It's fine. I'm not bashing jobs. Please understand me right. I am not bashing jobs. Jobs are important. If you're fulfilled in your job, if you like your job, keep on rocking at it. We need more people like you who love their job. The problem happens, and this is when people think it's a scam, is when they think when their expectations are not corrected. It is so important. I mentioned it earlier. It is so important for you to sit down with your new teammate and manage their expectations. What are they trying to get out of this? Do they want to make 100 hours a week? Do they want to make $100,000 a week? What do they want? And then work with them on how they can get it. Don't put in your 2 cents into what they should have. Oh, hey, why you only want to make $100 a month? What? You need to make more. You can make so much more in network marketing. No, they may not want to. And that's okay. It's okay for people wanting to make a small amount of money. It's okay. Show them how to do it. Show them how to make whatever they want to make. And at some point, their desire might change. Those are the people that will not be going around saying that it's a scam. Let's change the outlook of how this profession is. The profession didn't really change in the past 50 years or 60 years, however long it's been around. The perception is built based on the previous. It's like that in real life too. I bet you the people around you think of you in one way. Love them when they are. Exactly. Thank you, Robin. Exactly. Love the people where they are. And not only in network marketing, in real life too. If you're a successful doctor or successful lawyer or successful real estate agent, understand that not everybody wants to be as successful as you. And that's okay. Love them where they are. If they want to stay home and raise their kids, fantastic. Hardest job in the world. They're willing to do it. So focus on those things and understand that there's always tools available for you to share with other people. Hey David, happy Sunday. With that said, I went on a little longer than I expected, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, feel free to drop a comment, drop a like, drop a share. Hey, there's other people in this world who need to hear about this profession. A lot of other people. And I hope you set those goals for the week. Make 2019 strong, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.